And the planned swearing in of Interior CS Professor Kindiki failed to take over as planned because of a court order stopping it. Preparations were underway at the Uhuru Gardens for the ceremony, but these was cut short after a Kerugoya-based court issued the barring order last evening. All eyes are now fixed on next Tuesday when the matter will be heard inter-party. Just what would have happened had Professor Kindiki been sworn in today? I spoke to advocate and analyst Lazarus Haemba, who had this to say.
Remember, we are done with the political process, or we are done with the procedures that involve Parliament, that is the National Assembly and the Senate. Now, the last bit of this particular assumption of office now was premised in the judiciary. And it's that judiciary that should swear in the Deputy President-elect, which has also given a conservatory orders. So it would have put the Chief, I feel the Chief Justice, if it was to go on, then first there would be a communication from the Chief Justice as to the status of the two court orders, the one from Milimani and Kerugoya, before she would have directed the registrar to proceed with swearing in. And there are other factors that have also not been put across. We don't have the Gazette notice stating the public place where this event should have happened as per the law. And also the issue of the nomination and even the election of Professor Kindiki. Did he resign as a CS? Because the Constitution only contemplates that the persons who are not subject to Article 141 is the President, Deputy President, and a Member of Parliament. The Speaker said he contacted IBC, and IBC gave him a directive that he can go ahead and Parliament could go ahead and elect the nominee. But is IBC currently, as it is, constitutional? So there are a lot of constitutional gaps that exist in this particular process, and this would have just built on the case of Gachagua when they go back to court on Tuesday.
Now, and when we talk about the impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua,
yes.
Now the matter now is who is the Deputy President, because the others are arguing that the holder of that office has been impeached, and does he cease to play the roles of the Deputy President? And also with Kindiki having been elected by Parliament, what's up with him, given the fact that he has also not been sworn in to take over that office substantially? So who is the Deputy President as we speak right now?
Okay, currently, constitutionally speaking, the current Deputy President is His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, via the court order that was, the two court orders that were issued yesterday. Now, then we have the issue now that we have to deal with that Parliament has done. But we are in a good place. I would say we are in a good place because the person who has been proposed as the new Deputy President is a professor of the law. So I believe is in a place to advise the President that whereas I accept your nomination, whereas Parliament has passed me to occupy that particular seat, I believe constitutionally I cannot, occupy that seat. And now they have to wait for the court on Tuesday to either have that particular order vacated, or two, the government to move to the Court of Appeal to stay those particular orders so that they can proceed with the swearing in. But currently, as it is, the Deputy President is His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua.
And you've mentioned as something that is very critical in terms of going back to the court, but there is an argument out here on the sense that the presidency, even during the election, the presidential petition is actually handled by the highest court in the land, that is the Supreme Court. Yes. And one is there are arguments out there that matters to do with the presidency can only be handled by the Supreme Court. Yes. of the Republic. In such a situation now, the Chief Justice matters in terms of making sure that this is well understood? Could someone just go and seek for advisory opinion on matters to do with the presidency, and which court handles such matters?
Now, you see, now that is where we are in uncharted waters, and one would want to seek an advisory opinion from the Supreme Court on the way forward, on
and
around that, around Article 149 was the jurisdiction, because it's argued any matter that revolve around the election. Because the deputy president has been elected by our representatives in parliament. So matters that revolve around the election of the presidency we've seen is premised at the Supreme Court. But also one would argue that the High Court has supervisory role on parliament. So that's why I started by saying, before the the registrar would proceed with swearing in Kindiki, we ought to have got a communique from the Chief Justice.
For once, actually, our systems in Parliament seem to be working very well, and even issues have been escalated. We only hope that that moving forward, the issues affecting Kenyans would be given the same attention, right?
Yes, and we've seen other quarters of leaders say that the way this particular impeachment has been done, maybe if we focused on other issues that are affecting Kenyans and what Kenyans are raising, questions around, the Adani deals and all this SHIF, if Parliament was that, efficient and communicating effectively, and all the, like somebody was saying, the deputy president-elect got clearance from HELB, KRA, all those things within those few minutes, and now we have all these documents, we have communications from IBC. You see, so and somebody was saying this government printer, maybe it should be taken to Nyayo House to so I think Parliament also